All right, boys and girls, it is here. For those of you that follow me, thank you. And, I've been waiting on a special custom formicarium from Tar Heel Ants for my honeypot colony. One of the issues I've had in the past is, again, sorry for repeating myself for those of you that follow me, and for those of you that do know, I do a one-take video. I don't get into editing, just whatever comes out of my mouth. So my honeypot colonies that I've had in the past, I've had no luck moving them into larger nests. Pleats die, colonies die. So I've got a very successful honeypot colony right now. The intent is to, in collaboration with Mac at Tar Heel Ants, we built a expansion chamber for the mini hearth, giving the ants the ability to move at their own pace, and to the queen and the colony can stay in the mini hearth for as long as they want. The expansion chamber, which is based upon the fortress formicarium, will have its own foraging area, and my intent or my feeling is that the ants will probably remain in the fortress for the foreseeable future, the mini hearth for the foreseeable future. And then we also built a second expansion chamber for the current expansion chamber, so there's some room for this colony to grow if they do. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and I'm not going to really look inside. I just want you guys to get my initial reaction from what I see. I've seen a couple pictures of it, semi-complete, but you'll be seeing this for the first time as I am. I'll be right back. Okay. One thing about Mac is he packs all his stuff very well. Or Tar Heel Ants. I use the owner's name quite frequently, but he packs his stuff very nice. So, let's pull out the first unit. Okay. So guys, let's make sure I'm in camera here. And once I get all this on the tabletop, we'll come back and take another peek at it. But we've got the fortress, we've got the back, which I'm assuming this will be probably one of the additional expansion chambers. And we'll look at this a little bit closer when I get everything out of the box. But so far, I'm really impressed. I also was requesting a very specific design. I had a design in mind for the honey pots, mainly the repletes, so that they have the repletes have room to hang. I also ordered another fortress for one of my Novomessor colonies, so there should be a total of 3 in here. Here's the goodie bag. In here are the nest mates for providing ventilation or water. The nest mates are a brilliant concept. I love them. My ants love them. Mac did a good job with those. And guys, for those of you getting into ant keeping, Mikey Boost over at Ants Canada, good guy, but I tell you, Mac really thinks this stuff out, and I enjoy working with him. The fact they did this custom job for me just goes to show how great he is to work with, building a custom formicarium just for my particular species of ant and my specifications. But just a great guy to deal with all together, and he really, really thinks this stuff out. And you've got that natural look. Again, I've never played with any of the Ants Canada stuff, and I'm sure it's great quality. But there's a lot of thought that goes into what Mac is doing, and I very much appreciate that. Okay, and here's the main expansion chamber, the main unit. Oh God, I'm sorry, guys. I was about to have a mini stroke there because the hole was in the wrong place, and I realized this is probably the one for my my Novomessor colony. So this is for one of my remaining Novomessors that need to move into a larger unit. So I'm sorry. I paused there for a second because wait a minute, this isn't right. But this is not the one I was looking for. So there should be another one in here. Okay. Oh, yep, this is definitely it. Okay, so this is it. Okay, I'm gonna see if there's anything else in the box. I'm gonna cut to a different angle. So, very big box. I know the majority of it in here, so I'll go through here. Usually he sends those little water feeders. I don't know if he did this time around, so I'll give him some grief just because I kind of enjoy giving the guy grief. And he takes it like a champ. Trust me, I wouldn't want me as a customer. But Mac takes it very well. So let me go ahead and get a new angle and let's take a closer look at these guys. I'll just show, he just does a wonderful job. I know it's just shrink wrap, no big deal, but he does do a very nice job at packaging everything up. So, and I have a little, I make holsters on the side, so I understand, you know, wanting your work to get to the end recipient in decent conditions. Excuse me, I can appreciate his desire of really packaging the stuff up very nicely. But he takes a lot of pride in his work. I appreciate that. Okay. The second chamber I'm probably not going to open up because I'm gonna put it in front here. And I'm not going to actually connect it because Mac did warn me that these neodymium magnets that you can see here are incredibly powerful. And I've played with neodymium before, and I agree it's incredibly powerful. So, fact of the matter is, this. Let me try to get this all on frame here. And I don't want to get too close, but. And guys, what you're looking at, this guy right here, you can see the museum glass is phenomenal. Spend the extra money, get museum glass. I know when you buy these things, you know, just a normal Fortress, you're looking at $80. I think it's 10 or 15 bucks extra for the museum glass. I'm telling you, having both, get the museum glass. It is totally worth it. Anyway, so this right here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab... Here's another mini hearth. There's no colony in this one. This one's getting prepped for the monsoons this year. But what I'm going to do, so just pretend this is my honey pot. And what I did with Mac is my old honey pot. We measured this. I put the ants in a refrigerator, put some cotton in there, and measured the hole so that he can match it up. But pretend this is my honey pot. So what I'm going to do is see if it actually how well it lines up. No, this isn't the right nest, but I'm going to trust Mac. So what I'm going to do is do that, just like so. I'm going to probably silicone it in. I'm not quite certain what I'm going to do, but there's a little bit of flexing in that base, which that may have been from shipping. So I think I'm going to probably dampen that a little bit and try to let it set overnight. I'm not going to move them until tomorrow. But so this is essentially... Move that out of the way. What we're going to have. So I'll have the original nest, the mini hearth, and the larger nest that the my honey pots will be able to move into. And a few things he did for me on your typical. Excuse the sniffling here. I'm out in my garage and I'm in Tucson, Arizona, and it's just a scorcher, about 111 degrees, and the garage is I don't have an ambient temperature, but I'll look at my little no-touch thermometer here and see what it... So we are 103 degrees just on the surface. So that's in my insulated garage. So it is hot, but I'm very fortunate I get to work in an air-conditioned office all day. I work with people that have to be in the field, so I don't like to complain. And I don't want to hear it's a dry heat. It's hot. Hot is hot. You know, stick your head in the oven, and if it makes you feel better, I'll squirt some water on you. We can call it... a back east heat. But anyway, I digress. So he moved the water tower center. Typically, the water tower is over this side of the nest, and the opening is usually on this side of the nest. So We, of course, moved the opening over here so that the mini hearth can line up. Like I said, I'm gonna probably do some silicone or something else. We're trying to figure out how to secure this, and I think I'm just gonna do a dab of silicone, and that'll be it. But I'll be in there, and I wanted this chamber, this central chamber, to be big and opening, and this is much bigger than our. And I submitted a couple drawings, but I want there to be room for the honey pots to hang from. So that's kind of what that's kind of what we did there. We've got at the very top, we have the ability to use the nest mates for one ventilation or for adding water. So you can kind of see it come. I'm gonna just pan up here. So this is a nest mate. You fill it with water, put a little stopper in there, and it's a great source to get water for your ants. And I love them. I use them. I've got 4 nests right now that use the nest mate, and it's one of the primary sources of water in the nest. And when it dries up, the ants they kind of move away. They stop. They kind of dissipate from the area, and then I yank it out, put a little stopper in there, fill it up with water, pull a stopper, shove it back in there, and they find the water relatively quickly, and they're happy campers. Anyway, getting to future plans, and then what we'll eventually do when they fill up this nest. Mac did an opening a little bit higher than he normally does, and these guys line up, so now I've got an opening. Now he also put a hole in the back, although we don't have a foraging area, so I'm gonna have to plug that up. I'm not sure why I did it that way, but anyway, yeah, that would be the only thing I'd probably say. Either put the foraging area on the expansion block or don't put that. But I guess that could be a way to expand later. I don't know. I'm going to probably talk to him. I'm sure there's a reason behind it. But again, this gives us a little bit more room to grow later. And as you can see, there's a nice large dome there for more replete. So, and Mac, if you're watching, I actually like the design of this a little bit more than the primary one. But I think it's going to be fine. They have plenty of room to hang from, and that's what I was looking for. So that is that. Let's put that away. Then let's look at the foraging area. One thing I requested out of Mac is this back area, and it's just covered in dust. And this is typically what happens when they ship. Let's see if I have some air left in my compressor. Sorry guys, I kind of walked away. If I have any air left in my compressor, I'm gonna blow some of that out. Bear with me here. Let me put you guys on pause real quick. Hold tight, I'll be right back. Okay, there's a little bit better there. Okay, so what I asked is this back area. I asked him to keep that a little bit lower. My ants like to crawl up there, so I like to have a good inch of fluon to prevent them from growing up. It's a relatively bare foraging area, which is kind of the way I like them. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy. So guys, it looks like my probably down on my battery. My flash just turned off, which means my phone's about to say, you know what, we're done. So I'm going to call this a video. Next video you see is they will be connected. My honey pots will be connected. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day.